you always lie to strangers?
Every time if I can get a smile like that.
Oh.
Ooh, there it is again.
The renowned TV program Living Single revolutionized television portrayals of African Americans. The sitcom chronicled the lives of 6 Brooklynite friends from 1993 to 1998. With humor and wisdom, they navigated the challenges of love, work, and life in general. The groundbreaking film Living Single opened doors for subsequent generations of Black performers and filmmakers. The show ended, though, because the actors had to deal with real-life problems. They endured everything, from the loss of Queen Latifah's brother to Alexander's dissolution of his marriage. What then transpired in the background? Come with us as we uncover the hidden secrets of the hit program and why it was canceled. The cast of Living Single. On the popular TV sitcom Living Single, Queen Latifah portrayed Khadijah James, a free-spirited and self-reliant lady who lived in a brownstone in Brooklyn with her 5 pals. Khadijah was the show's protagonist and pivotal personality. The character of Khadijah became more likable and accessible because to Queen Latifah's nuanced portrayal. The motorbike key pendant worn by Queen Latifah during her entire performance as Khadijah was a memorable accessory. The pendant was very meaningful to her since it had been her brother's motorbike key. The actual-life brother of Queen Latifah, Lance Owens, had died in a 1992 motorbike crash. She cherished the pendant, which served as a constant reminder of his influence on her life and a fitting homage to him. In Living Single, how was her character impacted by this event? To discover out, continue watching. The motorbike key pendant came to represent Khadijah's resiliency, her ties to her heritage and her family. It was a small but significant touch that elevated the character and the program. Queen Latifah was nominated for an NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Actress in a Comedy Series and received critical praise for her portrayal of Khadijah James. Queen Latifah tackled weighty topics like relationships, professional aspirations, and personal development via Khadijah, which added an air of genuineness and openness to the program. Many people enjoyed following her character's journey, especially African American women who identified with Khadijah and her ups and downs. Kim Coles portrayed the endearingly eccentric Sinclair in the popular television series. Popular with viewers because to her vivacious nature and snappy one-liners, Sinclair served as the magazine's receptionist where the protagonists worked. But few realized that someone else was originally supposed to play Sinclair. Simone Jackson, now Monique, was Queen Latifah's best friend and the first pick for the part. The part went to Kim Coles, though, when Monique turned down the offer. Fortunately, this change of events worked out for the best, as Kim Coles' Sinclair became a fan favorite because to her depiction, Kim Coles injected fresh life into the part, frequently bringing laughter to the audience with her wacky actions and perceptive remarks. Audiences could identify with her character because of the way her humor and self-confidence offset her innocent and naivete. In her acting practice, who can forget the moment where she repeatedly said eggplant? Kim Coles was a well-known actress and comedian before she landed the part of Sinclair. She had guest appeared on In Living Color for 2 years. At the age of 31, she left the show to become a cast member of Living Single, and her breakout role as Sinclair set the stage for her subsequent achievements. While she was single, Kim Coles presented BET's Pay It Off in 2009, co-hosted In the Loop with iVillage, and even had an appearance on RuPaul's Drag Race in 2010. The popular TV drama Living Single starred Erica Alexander as the self-assured lawyer Maxine Shaw. She had experience from her time on The Cosby Show, and at the young age of 23, she offered a new viewpoint to the part. Alexander's portrayal highlighted Maxine's wit, self-assurance, and empathy. She expertly brought to life Maxine's sensitivity, her dedication to justice, and her knowledge of the law. Because of her performance, Maxine became an interesting and likable character. Earth Mama, American Refugee, The Long Walk Home, and 30 Years to Life are just a few of Alexander's many cinematic credits. Through it all, her acting chops and adaptability have shone through. Kim Fields, who joined the cast of Living Single at the tender age of 24, portrayed the chic and feisty Regina Hunter. Fields offered extensive expertise to the position thanks to a career spanning more than a decade. Fields began her acting career as a child star on Good Times and went on to feature as Dorothy Ramsey in the hit series Different Strokes and its spin-off, The Facts of Life. The foundation she laid for her future pursuits was her early success. With her assured stage presence and quick humor, Fields gave Regina life on Living Single. She brought Regina to life with an endearing blend of vulnerability and snark. Regina had memorable moments, such her witty exchanges with Maxine Shaw and her sharp responses to Sinclair James, that everyone remembers. Many viewers of Living Single like Fields' Regina Hunter. On Living Single, John Henton was Overton Wakefield Jones. Henton used his experience in improv humor from his days as a stand-up comic and actor to the part. The building's maintenance guy, Overton, was a continual presence in the lives of the pals, and his silly acts and funny speeches provided frequent comic relief. Henton's performance as Overton was really funny and easy to relate to. By acting in a wide variety of television series and films, Henton has proven over and again that he is more than just a comic. His portrayal of Overton mirrored his trademark rapid wit and astute remarks from his stand-up comedy career. Notable for his iconic portrayal as Overton Wakefield Jones, Henton is known for his comic exchanges with the other characters, especially his pranks with Sinclair James, Kim Coles, and his absurd portrayals of the building's strange inhabitants. The show's charm and wit were heightened by his physical comedy and impeccable comedic timing. The Untold Tales of Living Single. There was a fascinating backstory behind Living Single. The casting process was meticulous, with the producers seeking out exceptional performers to embody the roles. Sinclair James was originally supposed to be played by Queen Latifah, who was rather famous at the time. She was, however, cast in the starring part of Khadijah James by special request because of her impressive performance. Actress Kim Coles was not originally cast as Sinclair. Kim Fields was first approached about playing the role, but she declined. The part of Maxine Shaw, portrayed by Erica Alexander, was also not originally cast. Regina King was first approached for the role, but she turned it down because of her other obligations. Also, executive producer Kyle Barker and the show's writers couldn't agree on the show's trajectory. Barker wished to bring the program into the mainstream, but the writers were determined to maintain its gritty, urban feel. Because of this conflict, there were heated arguments among the creative team, but in the end, the show's singular viewpoint and voice were successful. The cast and crew of Living Single were like family, not simply TV. Their on-screen and off-screen antics were typical of any family. On set, Queen Latifah, who portrayed Khadijah, was dealing with personal issues. She had just seen her lover shot and was a victim of carjacking. Her mental instability and frequent distractions on set were clear symptoms of the trauma she had endured. However, she persisted in giving strong performances despite her personal problems. Their on-screen connection reflected the tight-knit nature of the ensemble. The two leads, Kim Coles, Sinclair, and Erica Alexander, Maxine, were a perfect match. Their relationship brought a unique dimension to the program, as they frequently made each other laugh and goof around on set. Kim Fields, who played Regine, and Queen Latifah had a more nuanced connection. On set, they frequently clashed due to their strong personalities and strong opinions. However, they were able to put aside their disagreements and work together effectively because they valued one another's skills. The chemistry and connections among the actors on set were major factors in the show's popularity. They made the characters seem more like family by improvising and adding their own style to the script. While filming a scene in the kitchen, Kim Coles and Erica Alexander couldn't help but burst into laughter. The sequence had to be reshot many times because they couldn't maintain a straight face. The effort was well worth it, though, because the sequence went on to become a hilarious highlight of the program. The life and career of Queen Latifah. Dana Elaine Owens, the mother of Queen Latifah, came into this world in Newark, New Jersey on March 18, 1970. Living in the city's housing complexes, She and her elder brother Lance were brought up by their parents, Rita and Lancelot Owens. Growing up, Latifah dealt with a tumultuous household and financial hardships. At the age of 8, her parents went their separate ways, and the following year her father, a police officer, died in a vehicle accident. To help maintain her family, her teacher mother worked many jobs. Latifah took comfort in her music and performances despite these hardships. She started rapping when she was 8 years old, and with other friends from her neighborhood, established the hip-hop group Ladies Fresh. As they played at parties and talent events across town, they honed their craft and became well known. Even though she was a mediocre student overall, Latifah thrived in the performing arts at Eastern High School in Newark. Jazz legends like Ella Fitzgerald and Billie Holiday, whose resiliency and tenacity she admired, were particularly influential on her. Latifah continued her education in electrical engineering at Borough of Manhattan Community College after finishing high school. But she quickly discovered that performing and making music were her life's work, so she dove headfirst into the hip-hop industry. Meeting DJ King Gemini in 1989 was the turning point in Latifah's career. He facilitated her signing with Tommy Boy Records. Her first album, All Hail the Queen, was published in 1989, following the publication of her breakthrough song, Wrath of My Madness, in 1988. Both critics and listeners loved the album for its honest lyrics and Latifah's assured delivery. Ladies First, feat. Monie Love, was a smashing success and cemented Latifah's status as a prominent hip-hop artist. Nature of a Sista, 1991, and Black Rain, 1993, were two of Latifah's many popular albums produced in the 90s. Her reputation as a talented rapper and performer was further solidified by her collaborations with musicians like as LL Cool J, Tupac Shakur, and the notorious Big Music was just one aspect of Latifah's success. She broke barriers for women in the traditionally male-dominated hip-hop business and served as an inspiration to younger generations. She encouraged a whole new wave of musicians and music lovers with her politically charged songs against sexism, racism, and social justice. Flavor Unit Entertainment, which Latifah established in 1993, is a musical label that she started to help promote new artists. The signing of Naughty by Nature and Fu-Schnickens, among others, helped propel hip-hop into the mainstream in the 90s. Latifah chose to pursue a career in movies after achieving success in the music industry. Little parts in films like Juice and House Party 2 Inches launched Queen Latifah's acting career in the early 1990s. Actress Queen Latifah's breakout role occurred in 1993 when she played the character of Khadijah James on the popular TV series Living Single. Creator Yvette Lee Bowser had been a fan of Latifah's music and recognized her acting talent. After her breakout appearance on Living Single, Latifah landed a role in the criminal drama Set It Off, in which she portrayed Cleopatra Cleo Sims, a feisty bank teller who goes into a robbery with her pals. She proved once again that she can portray multifaceted and nuanced personalities in her performance. A record label executive helps Taye Diggs discover his musical voice in Brown Sugar, 2002, which featured Latifah and Diggs. Latifah performed admirably as the self-assured and encouraging lead in the romantic comedy, which showcased her connection with her co-stars. Bringing Down the House is a comedic film in which Latifah showcases her versatility as the feisty and tough ex-con Charlene, who assists a straight-laced lawyer, Steve Martin, with his case. The 2008 film The Secret Life of Bees starred Dakota Fanning as a young girl named August Boatwright, who runs away from her rough background and becomes a beekeeper and mother figure to Latifah. It was for her legendary performance as matron Mama Morton in Chicago that Queen Latifah was nominated for a Best Supporting Actress Oscar. When You're Good to Mama was a spectacular performance that highlighted her acting and singing abilities. Hairspray is a musical comedy in which Latifah portrayed the role of Motormouth Maybelle, a music activist and DJ. As the iconic blues singer Bessie Smith, Latifah starred in the HBO movie Bessie, and was nominated for a Golden Globe. Her stirring rendition encapsulated Smith's songs and life in a single performance. Countless accolades and nominations have been bestowed upon Queen Latifah during her acting career, further establishing her status as a gifted and esteemed Hollywood actor. In her private life, Queen Latifah has experienced both happiness and tragedy. Carjacking her and her then-boyfriend Sean Moon occurred in 1992. Sean was shot and critically wounded. The public has heard Latifah discuss how this horrific incident has affected her life. Latifah has maintained a low profile when it comes to her personal life, despite her famous profession. Some people speculated about her sexuality since she refused to talk about her dating life for a long time. As for Latifah's sexual orientation, she said in 2008, "I don't feel like I need to share my personal life, and I don't care if people think I'm gay or not." In spite of this, Latifah shocked her followers in 2021 by coming out as homosexual and dating Ebony Nichols at the BET Awards. She had never before publicly recognized her sexuality. Thus, her disclosure was a watershed point in her career and personal life. Latifah has spoken out about her connection with Nichols and the fact that she is a mother, while the identity of her son's father remains a mystery. Even though Latifah has always been renowned for her strength and toughness, her declaration showed a new side of her with her vulnerability and transparency. Thanks to her prosperous career in music, movies, and television, Queen Latifah has amassed a net worth of almost $70 million. Several interesting projects that highlight Queen Latifah's range and ability are in the works at the moment. Her new music album, about which she has been hinting on social media, is highly awaited. It seems like Latifah is getting back to her hip-hop origins on this album, as she discusses themes like love, social justice, and life in general. Latifah has a production contract with Netflix that will allow her to star in and create many original films and series. This is in addition to her work with the streaming service in the music industry. It all started with Numa Perrier's romantic comedy, The Perfect Find, which is her first film under this arrangement. A prosperous entrepreneur faces the difficulties of modern love and relationships in this film. Philanthropy, especially in the field of education, is another area that Latifah is deeply committed to. She has made it possible for college-bound youngsters to get financial aid through the Queen Latifah Scholarship. By awarding this fellowship, Latifah hopes to encourage young people to follow their passions and become change-makers in the world. Latifah also maintains her role as presenter of the daily talk show, The Queen Latifah Show, where she discusses important topics with famous personalities, singers, and regular people who are changing the world. Star is a TV series that she co-created and stars in with Lee Daniels. It's about three young ladies who are trying to make it big in the music business, the influence of living single. The trailblazing TV program Living Single catapulted the careers of its brilliant actors and actresses. However, what followed the conclusion of the program? Let's go into the motivational tales of every member of the cast. When she joined the program, Queen Latifah, who portrayed Khadijah James, was already on the rise to stardom. Living Single, however, showcased her personality and talent to new heights, propelling her to even greater heights. She went on to star in films such as Chicago and Girls Trip after the program ended, and she received several nods for her performances. Nevertheless, she persisted farther. In addition, she became a multi-platinum selling artist with the publication of many hit albums. When Kim Coles first appeared on the show, she was a complete rookie. However, she became famous for her contagious laughs and her comedy roles. Appearances on The View and The Real, as well as stand-up comedy performances, kept her comedic career going after Living Single. Upon joining the program, Erika Alexander had already established herself as a successful actress. However, her career took a turn for the better with Living Single. Following her time on the program, she maintained her acting career in features such as The Mahogany Project and Lauren's Window, and she had guest appearances on a plethora of television series, including The Good Wife and Black Lightning. In addition to her acting roles, she worked her magic as a director and producer on series like The Good Wife and Black Lightning. Kim Fields debuted on the show while still a kid star. However, her shift into adult roles was underlined by Living Single, which showcased her range and talent. Mr. TC. When Carson first joined the program, he was a complete rookie. After Living Single, John Marshall Jones kept acting in films like Final Destination and The Social Network, and he had guest appearances on TV programs including Star Trek Deep Space Nine and The PJs. Jones was a seasoned actor when he joined the cast. A high point of his career, nevertheless, was Living Single. African-American representation on television was also impacted by the show. Unless you count stereotypes or token parts, African Americans on television were practically non-existent prior to Living Single. In an effort to rectify that, Yvette Lee Bowser created a sitcom that realistically featured African American characters. She wanted the performance to be as genuine as possible, so she relied on her memories of growing up in a black New York City neighborhood. At the time of Living Single's 1993 launch, white people dominated television. Some people didn't believe the program could be successful because it had an all-black cast when it first premiered. Thanks to the show's success, several African-American-led television series followed, including Martin, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and New York Undercover. A number of factors point to Living Single as having an impact on the portrayal of African Americans on television. To begin with, the show's popularity demonstrated the viability and broad appeal of television programs starring African Americans. More chances for Black Americans to work in television acting, writing, and directing came as a result of this. Secondly, the show's authentic depiction of Black American characters contributed to dismantling barriers and challenging prejudices. The show had a huge impact by shedding light on African American culture and history. Many African Americans may relate to the show's themes, which included racism, police brutality, and economic disparity. Numerous subsequent television series also bear the hallmarks of Living Single's impact. Living Single was an innovator, and shows like Atlanta, Blackish, and Insecure are proud to have them as their inspiration. Of that much is certain. The program has positively influenced Hollywood to the best of its abilities. Which scene do you like most from the show? Please inform us in the space provided.